Hi everyone and welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf, and today I want to take you through a drill that's called Trail Hand Progressive Drill. Now before we get to the drill itself, what we want to try to feel again is the weight of this golf club. Okay, we want to let this club swing, and we want to let the club swing with momentum. The reason we want to do that is because as we start the club, assuming our grip's right, as we start the club, and assuming our posture is right, as we start the club swinging around, see, it will have a natural tendency to swing in the right arc. Okay, for most of us, it's, you know, maybe it's a grip problem or a posture problem. We have a hard time taking the club back, but once that club starts swinging, you want to feel like the club can hinge. Right, so we're gonna get it going momentum-wise this way. It can hinge, unhinge, and rehinge around my body. Again, making sure that my grip is correct, and making sure that my grip pressure, so my forearms never get tight, and I can feel the weight of the golf club. So just a quick grip review. The biggest thing, it's in your fingers. So if it's in our palms, then our hands lose mobility, but if it's in our fingers, then our wrists and hands can work, which is speed. So for our grip, it's in the fingers and on top, just how my arm hangs in its shoulder socket, and then in the fingers again with my trail hand, and I feel these fingers pull my trail hand into my thumb into my trail hand, which goes into my lifeline. So my hands are sitting on the club like this. So when I let the club swing back with a proper grip, it'll go in the right arc. And then I gotta let it go. I gotta make sure that the momentum and the really gravity will work. So what's this trail hand progressive drill? So what we're gonna do with both hands on it, right? This way I can kind of bully the club and I can paint any kind of picture I want. If I take this hand away and I get my left hand on there, right, and I put my trail hand right here. It's a lot harder to do that, but it's a lot easier for the club to swing on its own with its own momentum in the right arc. Okay, so if I just take this hand, so I got my left hand down there, I'm going to put my right hand right there. So it's the hardest one, but it's the one that we start with, and you want to go at a slower speed. So again, when I swing, I start to feel how the club gets up here, it breaks away from the ball, and on the way down, it gets here and it breaks towards the ball. So again, we'll hit one. So as you swing, I just let the weight of the club go back and hit. Okay, not too bad. Again, I would do this off a tee. Okay, once you do that a couple times, then you put your right hand a little more on the club. So we go from here to there. So I start to grip it. I start to have my hand into my thumb a little bit more. So I just went from up here and I moved it lower a little bit. Okay, but I want to feel the same thing. So my left hand being on there allows the club to hinge properly. Right? My right hand's not quite on the club yet, so it allows the club to go in its right arc, in the correct arc. And the other thing that it does is it really relaxes me. So it relaxes my shoulder, it relaxes my arms. So it allows this arm to fold. It allows the club to work away from the ball how I want it to. Now, we're gonna get into my grip, and now I'm gonna make these two fingers touch. Okay, so we're getting close. So this next one, we're in our grip, but now my thumb and my finger are touching. I'm just trying to feel the same thing again. Okay, pretty good. Now, the moment of truth, you put your hand back on. You know, and for me, the sensation is I'm starting to relax, and I'm trying to be aware of where the head of this golf club is. It has to be on this side of my hands, and then as it works down, it gets on this side of my hands. And the easiest way to do that is for me to relax and to have some club face awareness. So now I get my grip on there. I'm still trying to feel what that feels like now. I'm trying to allow the weight of the club to swing in the arc on its own. I get it going, but I'm allowing the club to swing in its arc on its own. So as I put more and more hands on the club, it's easier for me to control it and manipulate it. So again, if I felt like I controlled that one a little bit, I go right from the beginning, put my hand here. So my right hand is right where my left hand is, and start to feel the differences. And when I put both hands on, when I have a regular grip compared to that one. Now for me, again, it always goes back to tension. It always goes back to me fighting the club a little bit instead of allowing it to go in its right arc. So now I'm going to get this grip again and try to feel how I can just allow the club to work. You know, the weight of the club is going to do a lot for me. It's going to allow this shoulder, as I tilt around my spine, I'm going to allow this club head to work away from the ball, and when it does that, it helps me turn. And in transition, right, the weight of the club helps hold my right shoulder back a little bit so I can shell the club. But I can't do that through tension. I've got to feel the weight of the club and how that works. So if you're struggling with feeling the head of the golf club, or tension, getting the club to work on its arc, give this a try. It's the progressive trail hand drill, where you start here, and then you get here a little bit more, and then finally you get your grip, but these two fingers are touching, and then your regular grip. And then again, if you're feeling something different, go back to where you started from here, and you'll feel it right away. If it's matching, if it's way off. But I would keep going through this drill, keep going through the progressive drill till they finally get close to matching, and you'll have so much better shots in accuracy and consistency with how you contact the ball, because you're letting the weight of the club do it for you instead of manipulating the club. For more tips like these, or to schedule a live lesson, visit me at BillyFitzgeraldGolf.com.